August 2019. I was at a party, the World Scholars Ball, part of the World Scholars Cup. Now, I was then listening to the music and enjoying the atmosphere when I realized that my shoe was untied. So I moved away from the center of the crowd into besides it in order to retie my shoe. Now, that's when a complete stranger approached me and sincerely asked what I was doing and that I should get back to the crowd. Now, I can tell from her voice that she really did care. And at the time, I didn't think much of it. But it will go on to be one of the most influential events of my life that shaped my outlook and perspective on this issue. The reason why is because it was shocking. Because at the time, I didn't believe that a complete stranger would care and do such a thing. And so that leads to a major change in my perspective about the issue that I will be talking with you about today. So, these days, we are too often presented with the bad side of human. We hear all about the greedy, the mean, the manipulative people who are out to hurt us. And what that teaches us over time is that it teaches us to close ourselves off, to be cautious, to stop caring, being kind, for fear of being hurt. Now, the thing that you have to realize is that these people are not the majority. They are only the minority. And is it really worth it to close ourselves off to everybody, even the people who needs us to be kind, who needs us to care in order to protect ourselves? And in my opinion, that is simply not worth it. Now, a lot of people complain, our world today is so unfaithful. Our world is so dark and lack hope. And what I always say to them is that, well, why don't you do something about it? Because people these days, what they do is that they wait for other people to be nice. And that's the problem that has led us to this point. Now, it might seem very overwhelming to see all this negativity and ask to do something about it. But to be caring, to be great, and to be kind, that's not something that requires extraordinary feats. It can be done through very simple and basic gestures in life. And even though you think that is insignificant, even small actions can change a group or individual perspective on an issue. As for my example, I do not believe that that person who said two simple sentences to me knew it back then that I will be standing here 2 years later talking to you guys about being kind and compassionate. So at the end of the day, I won't deny that the world is flawed. There are bad people out there to hurt you. But as I've said before, it's simply not worth it in order to close yourself off to the majority in order to protect yourself from the minority. And also an important point to note about this is that if we really care about each other, if we support each other wholeheartedly, then what damage can those people do? Because if we have each other, then we can always support. So at the end of the day, even though the world has problems, that's an obvious fact, there's always hope. And this hope comes from people. And as such, you and everybody around you can help to make the world a better place.